Please welcome the coach of Fremantle, Ross Lyon.
We really appreciate you coming in.
Roscoe, great to see you, Rossi. This is, and again, there's some love in the house for the Dockers, don't worry about that. No? Oh, she's up. All right, give us a chance. Hey, we spoke to Clarko. We're so appreciative of you guys coming in, and for your good self, you just landed only half an hour ago. The plane was delayed, but all good?
Yeah, no, really good trip over. The club chartered the flight, so full of players, wives, girlfriends, children. We quarantined them down the back, though. So, yeah, we just landed and the car picked me up and I brought one of my kids' daughters in with me. So, yeah, we're thrilled to be here.
Hey, it's a great effort, mate, and we do appreciate it. Were you up the front, by the way?
No, that's Pav's seat. He's 1A, Pav.
Hey, Ross, having spent a fair bit of my life in Perth, I know the Fremantle area well. They are as passionate about footy as anywhere in the world in Freo. I understand. Absolutely. The streets have been painted purple. You've had thousands turning up at training. We get a bit of a look at it here. After 19 long years, this great footy town and this great club is now in the big dance. It must feel great.
Yeah, look, the members and fans, they're really passionate. The airport's been chock-a-block. You know, very full of purple. They painted the road purple,
Yep.
beer purple, purple sausages, and the left bank, which you might well know if you live there, has been going off. So, yeah, it's an exciting time for the football club, and personally, I'm thrilled to see a lot of people taking a lot of pleasure out of it.
And Rossi, what about your advice, having been there 3 times for your playing group? And I'll just read you a quote from, I don't know if I'll mention the player. This is back in your St Kilda days. Ross said, chuck your family business in the bin this week. We can worry about them on Saturday night. Have you loosened up a bit since then? It wasn't Dell, by the way. It was
no, they're still in the bin. Look, it's just a quote. You know, we work so hard and there's a lot of sacrifices, and at some point you've got to put yourself first. So, and Lee Matthews spoke to the Saints players and just said, do every little thing right, take care of everything, and put yourself in a bubble for this week, and acknowledge everything's going outside it, but focus on your preparation, get it all done early, don't play it before you get there, and yeah, and the family's happy to take a back seat this week.
Now, you must get sick of answering this, but the media love it, mate. Now, I'm a great fan, you'll just have to take my word for it, of Mr Ballantyne and Mr Crowley, because there's a lot more to playing football than just playing football. Do you think, will you give them instructions not to go outside the rules, but to go to another level on Saturday?
Well, I think they play at a very high level. It was talking about the parade tomorrow, and they've asked for the Pope-mobile, those two. So, look, you know, there's been a lot of hype about Ryan. He's very disciplined to his role. We'll send him to one tomorrow. They've got a great midfield, but you know, Hayden plays with an intensity and a passion. I think there was a bit of conjecture about him last year, and you know, one of the ultimate compliments was Lenny Hayes after the Geelong final MCG said, gee, he won me over the way he went about it. So, you know, there's a bit of misperception or whatever it is, but his passion and competitiveness is undeniable.
Hey, Roscoe, we were at Freo Oval, Gaz and I, or at, Subi Oval. The heat that you brought in the first 45 minutes of the prelim, I don't think any of us have seen anything like it. Did it surprise you?
Well, it's 2 weeks. No, it didn't surprise me. We're fresh. We've 2 weeks out of 4. They were sitting ducks a little bit, Sydney. There was pent-up emotion and just ready to go when that ball's bounced. And we can't underestimate 45,000 Dockers fans there. It was an amazing atmosphere. It was just amazing.
Well, and Rossi, obviously, it's very rare that you get multiple opportunities to win a premiership after going through 3 with you. Is there anything you reckon you've learnt that you're going to pass on to the Dockers boys this weekend that you probably learnt from those past experiences?
Yeah, certainly. I mean, we had a lot of the theories back then, didn't we, about we never got across the line, so I need to improve. That's the first thing. But, look, at the end of the day, it's the ultimate distraction, which is the outcome. But it is another game of football. So, on a personal level, I've sort of been calmer, less anxious, and a real understanding of the week, and really encourage the players to enjoy it, as we did then, but it's probably allowing them to do so more. And but you need to take your opportunities. I've asked them to do one thing, it would probably be kick straight.
Hey, you've embraced social media, Roscoe. You love it, don't you?
Yeah, I'm a sort of renowned tweeter, Billy.
You are? Well, you've sent out one tweet and one tweet only. Here it is here. Watch this space. Hashtag go Freo, and that's your one and only. What's going on? We're watching the space, Roscoe. What's...
Well, hopefully it might be a nice tweet Sunday morning. Who knows?
The last 4 games of AFL football I've seen your side has been all involved in. I've seen the last 3 derbies, and I saw you play St Kilda over there this year. And you manage at some stages, many of them during a game, to get all your players into the forward 50-metre arc of the opposition. Yeah. And it's quite an unusual sight to see 36 players plus 3 umpires plus a trainer standing in the forward 50 of the opposition. Yeah. It's something that does disconcert the opposition. Is it something you've taken from St Kilda, or have you used the Dockers' talent to do that?
Well, just to clarify, our forward 50 or the opposition? Because we do it at both ends.
No, I've seen you sweep up and down the ground, mate. I've got a photo on my iPhone of no one in the ground except all up the other...
Well, I think if the opposition is slow with the ball, we just sort of trot down there and fill some space, and then when we get it, we try and go quick the other way. It's not a complicated business.
Don't argue footy. Let's have a look at the Fremantle side that's going to take on Hawthorn on Saturday. Unchanged from the one that knocked over Sydney by 25 points, so beautifully balanced. They've got the tools, 3 tools in the back half here. Their midfield runs really deep. They've got a forward line led by the skipper, Matty Pavlich. I love Chris Mayne and his ability to put forward pressure on. Hayden Ballantyne as well. Roscoe, I reckon there's a couple out with long-term injuries, but you'll be pretty satisfied with the group that's going to represent you on Saturday.
Yeah, it's really well balanced. Michael Johnson's inclusion was critical. They're a tall front half. They really fought with Gunston. He's 6'3". So without him, we would have been under some pressure. But we were playing some mediocre football in the back half of the year. But the last 6 weeks, they've really stepped it up. Our midfield and ruckman are in really good form. And, we're bringing a lot of pressure. But we understand Hawthorn has been the best home and away team. I think they lost 2 for the year. Massive challenge, but the form we're in, we think we're going to be right in it. And it's an exciting time.
Hey, Stevie, 3 weeks ago you saw firsthand what the Freo Dockers are bringing. What are you thinking here?
Yeah, I think it's going to be a great game. Obviously, I don't want to see either team win, but one of them's going to, and I think it will be Fremantle. Their defensive pressure has been outstanding all year, and just the roles that their players play. Each game they go out there. It doesn't matter if it's the 22nd best player, he plays a role, and that's what I think will get him over the line in this year's granny.
Hey, Roscoe, I don't know if you're aware of this, but of course Nicky Dell had 10 years, or many years anyway, under yourself. Yes. And what he does is he imitates your walk very well. Have you
I'd
ever
love
seen
to
him
see
do
it. No,
well,
I
that's
haven't.
why we're going to get him up right now. Dell,
come on, Nick.
Just give us a little bit of a look at how Ross Lyon walks around, please.
Here he goes. This is Ross.
This way.
Ross Lyon, as done by Nick Del Sano, and we had to get permission, so you're right.
Always got a pen in his hand.
Yep. How'd he go, Rossi?
He's got a few more tricks than that too.
Yeah. Hey, you got some more. What about after the game? And where's Lenny?
Oh, yeah.
Come on.
Do you want one?
Yeah.
All right, once again, after game, got a pen in the hand at all times, hand in the air. Favourite player, Lenny Hayes, without doubt. Never said a bad word about him, even if he didn't get a kick. He'd always stand there, he'd nail a few blokes, then goes, "Where's Lenny?" Like he wasn't in the room. He's always in the room. Where's Lenny? Lenny, you're enormous again today.
You're into the rooms after this grand final, Rossi, and you put the hand up. Who are you looking for? In your
For the enormous?
Yeah.
Oh, it could be. Honestly, he's thrown me.
Hey,
Sandilands. He'd be enormous.
Find him.
Hey, Roscoe, lots of sentiment around the Dockers for the reasons we've discussed, 19 years and all the rest of it. But I reckon if you win, Matthew Pavlich's career has been extraordinary, and to crown it with a premiership and be a premiership captain after everything he's done would be amazing.
Yeah, it would be. He's been a special player when the club had no resources and not the support it has now, and he's helped steer them through. So it'd be fantastic for Matthew, as it would be for everybody, but unfortunately sentiment's not going to get it done, and there's no such thing as destiny. The only thing that's going to count tomorrow, Saturday, is unrelenting action, and Matthew will lead that.
Well, 2 years ago it was one of the great coups of all time. Fremantle slipped in under the cover of darkness and pinched him from the St Kilda Footy Club, and 2 years down the track it is paying dividends. You're in a grand final on the weekend. Rossi, again, we know you've flown over here tonight. You've come straight in here. We appreciate it enormously, and we wish you well on the weekend.
Thanks,
Ross Lyon,
Cheers.
good luck, ladies and gentlemen. Coach of the Fremantle Dockers.